All of you been played. You know why you've been played? Because you were taught that happiness is in someone else, and you hear it every day. I'm sure your mom said it, your family says it. Why don't you find a nice girl to make you happy? Why don't you find a nice boy to make you happy? Why don't you find a nice man to make you happy? Why don't you go out and get someone that's going to make you happy? You know, I mean, are you listening to this, man? Here's the thing. Let me translate what they're saying to you. Why don't you go find someone to make you happy? Why don't you go find a perfect guy or girl to make you happy? Here's what they're telling you. Let me translate it for you. Why don't you give up the power of yourself, and I want you to go be a victim, and I want you to go depend on someone else that's going to really ruin your life because they're going to control how you feel. And then here's what's going to happen. They're going to know they have the power in you because they're going to know that you rely on them for your happiness. So what's going to happen now? Human mind and human consciousness is very controlling. So when he finds out or she finds out that you can't live without them or they need you, now they're going to play you like a puppet. They're going to take you for a ride because they can't even help it themselves because their ego comes into play and takes them over because now they know that they have something up on you. That's what they tell you. That's what the relationship experts tell you. That's what your mama tell you. That's what your preacher tell you. That's what those psychiatrists that get paid billions of dollars, those whatever they call them, therapists, psychoanalysts, they tell you, and even they themselves aren't even happy. Even they themselves are in like a marriage that's failing, and in like 5 years they're all gone because again they're doing backward. This whole matrix is backwards, man. So let me set it straight for you. If you are looking for someone to make you happy, you have already been played. You lost the game. If you're looking for anything to make you happy, you've lost the game, man. So here's how you play the game. Here's the correct way to win the game. You never look for someone or something to make you happy. You look for someone to harmonize or be a complement to your happiness. You know, this guy Will Smith said something very powerful, and I read it, and then this guy's like, okay, this guy learned. People, he said something about his girl. What is it, Jada Pinkett? He says, you know what? I found it that when I was with her, I was responsible for her happiness. And I learned something that two people are supposed to be independently happy. If you're relying on me to be happy to make you happy, you're selfish because you're taking away my happiness for your happiness. That's why that guy's divorced. I mean, but he learned it the hard way. So you better learn it. So I'm giving you the game right now, man. What happens is when it comes to relationship, if you want a woman or a man or whatever, you have to match someone to match your energy. You got to find someone that's already happy. Because if you're going to try someone to make you happy, it's going to mess up because it doesn't work that way because it's about self here. Self, 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 self. So the way it works is you find someone, they got their happiness, you got your happiness. Let's put our happiness together. You compliment my happiness. So now if we have a little rift or something, you can go take your time out and you be happy. I can go take my little time out. I'll be happy. We come back. Because relationships, you're always going to have some kind of rift. There's always going to be something. You know, human beings, we're always going to be in disagreements. But that's the beauty of disagreements, that you know that, okay, we have a little fight or something. Okay, he wants to have his man space. I want to have my man space, my woman time, whatever. And you know, you go and they're happy. So you come together. It's not like this constant dependence, like, oh, man, am I making him happy? And you worried and da da da. But that's what they want. They want you to do that because it's gonna sell. It's sell when you because guess what? When you get divorced, it's gonna cost a lot of money. The lawyers make a lot of money. The system make a lot of money. What else? Psychotherapists, all this mental stuff, marriage counseling. They're gonna make a whole bunch of money. They need that. It's all about they need that revenue, man. They need the money. They need you to go out there and find someone to make you happy so that you can go get divorced in 3 years and you can go get to the psychotherapist and you can get mental whatever, and you pay a whole bunch of money for the therapist, and then they come back again and they tell you, oh, it didn't work out, just find someone else to make you happy. And like someone says, the dog chasing his tail doesn't even know the dog has a tail. You're chasing happiness that's outside. It was all along in you. All you had to do was just become happy, and then someone will come along that matches. And the best thing about this, you get to choose. You get to choose. All right, you know what? I like you. She's good, but nah, you're not even happy with yourself. Sorry, mama. Sorry, baby. I can't mess with you. Oh, okay, yeah, you're good. Okay, yeah, she's good. Or okay, he's good. Oh, you're happy. Okay, good. Oh, you're happy too. Boom. But you will never see this because you the reason you never see this because you're so in the cycle, man. You're so like you're entranced in this program.